We'll just beat the horn, see if he comes out, will we?
Yeah, give him a beat.
You know, sources, do you remember the excitement in the office when we got news of the IMS deal and it was going to be in Ireland, it was going to be near Dublin Airport?
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, I suppose that the doubt had always been, would Dublin be able to support a project like this, given that maybe wasn't at the size or that wasn't at the legislative place as some other countries in Europe or around the world. But there was still great excitement that this was going to be on our doorstep. Do you know what IMS are doing with their cake at the moment?
I think it's all contained on the one site, and I think it's lining and capping the sale, the landfill sale.
IMS is actually in a really nice location. From the site you can see Dublin Airport, you can see the Irish Sea, you can see into Hillhead.
Yeah, what a location for sure.
It's beautiful actually driving in there, isn't it?
It's really amazing. It's really impressive.
Bit of a climb up to it.
And a really busy site too, isn't it?
It is.
Plenty of activity.
Hopefully Colm's ready for us. I'm not hiding. We'll just beat the horn, see if he comes out, will we?
Yeah, give him a beat. Oh, there he is.
Well, Colm.
Well, how's
Hi,
things?
Colm.
What's the crack?
Hey, that's a queer day.
Sunday for it, isn't it? We only ever come out of the office when it's days like that, you know.
Yeah.
That's all we
You
do.
were in Dublin, wasn't it?
You would, surely. Oh, it's got a real Dublin feel about it. So this is North County Dublin, is it? Yours?
This is actually called Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Wow.
Hollywood is the name of this area. So.
What a place to be doing our first on the road vodcast.
It's some view, Colm. Jeez,
It is,
you can see
yeah,
everything
you're
around
not too
here.
far off the Irish Sea here. in
Amazing.
fairness. But it's like that on a good day, but see on a bad day it's not exactly the best place to be.
I'm sure.
And that's where you have the plant located down below then, so it takes the
Takes
shelter
the
and you
shelter,
can
yeah.
keep working all year round.
Keep the boys working all year
Yeah,
round,
yeah.
yeah.
Very good. So how's things?
Look, everything good, busy, you know yourself, everything's thankfully out of that winter and moving forward, better days, and yeah, looking forward to a busy summer.
Good stuff. Plants running away.
Plants running, yeah.
More importantly for this is the press running.
The press is running, the plant's running, everybody's running. So yeah, no, all good now. Looking forward to showcase and showing about.
Good.
Very
Looking
good.
forward to seeing the press for sure.
Will we take a drive down?
Yeah, yeah.
Get on me. Colin, much have you processed through this plant now?
So obviously we started off just over 2 years ago, and we've probably made a few changes, which ultimately changed what sort of tonnage we were getting through the plant. Last year we put through 310,000, and this year we've just actually gone over 100,000 tonne yesterday, actually. And then in our first 9 months in operation in 24, we done about 178,000.
And Colm, how long are you operating here now?
Yeah, we turned the plant on. We got it commissioned in March 24, and it was very new to us. Like ultimately, we were just an inert quarry, so we moved from a workforce that was traditionally just used to filling up big holes and using the guys that were loading shovels and excavators and dozers, and we were keen to work with the team. So that took us a little while to get them guys used to operating how the plant worked and that. We actually didn't change any of our staff at all. We kept everybody on board and just transitioned with CDE, learning and understanding the different nuances of the plant. So I suppose one of the things for us was trying to understand what our targets were trying to be. There's spreadsheet targets and then there's operational targets, and trying to understand, well, when something goes right it's great, and then understanding that that doesn't happen all the time. So I think probably it took us the best part of 9 months, maybe 10, 12 months to really make enough mistakes that we knew what we were at. So we probably feel like we hit our straps last year then, that we knew what we were at. Certainly from March on last year, so just over 12 months now, our average on our plant is just over 170 tonne an hour since March last year, since the tail end of March, April. So we've built a lot of consistency and knowledge within that, and made some changes, and in how we feed the plant was probably the big change, and probably just trying to find what works best for us in terms of the material that we get. And the press is obviously an integral part of that.
You're not permitted any ponds here, are you?
No,
So-
no.
And that was the rationale for putting in the press to manage the sludge then, or the
Correct.
waste.
Yeah. So one of the things we had before the press went in, we had a centrifuge which kept the material very sludge-like, and that made it quite hard to handle for us. And that's part of that early days trying to understand and what works best for us. When the press came on board, that really sort of changed the fundamentals of how we do a business on a day-to-day basis, and even the operating hours, starting time, and then at the end of the shift, what needs to be done and all that, and getting all out those learnings. So for us, what we do is we really focus on trying to understand our buffer tank and our press, and making sure that the team understands the priorities around when the buffer tank is filling up and when the press needs to be cleared and things like that. But that all just sort of feeds into how our day-to-day operations are. And like any place, any business, we'll have guys off sick, we'll have guys on holidays, we'll have different things happening, and making sure that the show goes on, that everybody understands how the place runs, and all the different nuances that are needed on every given day, on a good day, on a dry day, and on a wet day, and a winter day, and all those different changes.
It's obviously been a huge learning curve for you, and I suppose every project's a learning curve for us as well, and we learn as you learn, but you're obviously doing something right with this impressive site. It looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's I think probably what we done was we probably listened a lot, and we'd a good few people in CDE who used to advise us, and we put a lot of faith into it. And not everything in life works out the way it was, but what we found is, we sort of developed more of what we were trying to get to more, and off the spreadsheet, in terms of really understanding what was achievable within our team. And that was probably the key thing, because before that we were chasing something that we didn't really know how to do it, someone with experience was telling us, but to put that out across a workforce who really didn't have any day-to-day operations in terms of pumps and motors and any of that, it was a huge change, one that I think we've taken on really well, because I suppose the numbers at the end of it all don't lie, and within a reasonably short period of time we've been able to operate and really perform at the level that maybe was intended originally on the spreadsheet, and maybe surpass it. So yeah, that's definitely been a big win for us.
Well, the surpassed is good here. We didn't charge you any extra for that, did we? The
No,
extra
not yet. No.
Not yet. No. Actually, we'll keep that on the down low here. We'll say nothing.
No, that's very good. So maybe the next plant,
we get a chance at you.
Yeah.
Colm, tell us this: your cake then. So it was like any recycling facility or repurposing facility. What you're trying to do is divert from landfill, but this is a landfill, so you have use of the cells and all here. Your silt content, your waste content, was averaging around 20% or something, is it?
That's right, yeah. So I suppose the fundamentals for us are, we have an allowance of 500,000 tonne per annum coming in, and before we put the plant in, ultimately all that material was going straight into landfill. So that's a very short business plan, that, because once it's full, and that was it. So there is a finite amount of space, which was the trigger for the plant itself. In terms of the press then, when we did get that going, we figured out there is a range between 18-22%, be that seasonality or material stock or whatever it is, but we would estimate that it's around 20%. So naturally we've now given ourselves a far more sustainable business model, longer life, longer facility life. Sure, there's costs involved, but at the back of it all, then we get a lot of product that we're able to sell out. So from our end, it's probably the best decision that we've made, and ultimately our plan now is subsequently make an extension, because the size of the plant that we had was so successful. We're trying to extend the life of the facility even further.
Yeah, there's no greater recommendation or kudos than, if a plant has went in successful and just scanning the site, there's not a lot of material sitting about, so it's moving and there's a demand for more, which is great.
Yeah, I think that's probably maybe our location to Dublin and the growth that happens around Dublin has been integral to that. You know, that's not to say, but certainly having our feedstock at 500,000 tonne and having those control mechanisms in place around what quality of material comes in, we already had those established. So that part of the business was really easy for us to transition. You know, if you were trying to just set up in the morning, there'd be a lot of things to try and get right. We were comfortable that we knew that the wider team understood those controls. And then for us, it was really about understanding how do we maximise the opportunity out of the plant and the press.
And from the press, that material that's just gone straight into landfill, or are you doing any engineering with it, or is there any works on site that you're able to carry out with it?
Yeah, no, initially we sent everything straight to the landfill while we went through an extensive testing process. Since then, it's been passed for engineering works and for cell alignment. So for our cell construction, in accordance with our licence, we need to have a blue clay layer, and that's fine. But it has since been approved that we can use the material here for lining the walls of waste cells. We also then use it for building bunds around the site. So obviously the site is an active site, it's the live site. We're constantly doing work all around the site. So you can actually just see over there in front of you. I don't know if you're able to see it, but we're actually building some bunds as we move along, just to make sure we maintain our safety across the site. It's a brilliant product, and it's one of the things that we found are really good with. See, when you're operating an operator there, and you can see him on his excavator, the material itself is very malleable, especially within those 2 days, 3 days. It hasn't dried out yet, but it's really malleable, and it's easy for a man on a machine to shape that up, get it to the right size. We have it across the site, so it doesn't matter. You know, you can see here in front of you, in front of the sand. But even up on top there, back up towards we have an invasive species cell, and with that we make our bunds out of the clay material as well. So it's been really good for us. So it's not just a matter of filling up a hole with filter cake. We're actually being able to use it as a product.
Engineering it around.
Yeah.
And it's competent. Once it does set, then it is a competent
Oh no,
material.
it's definitely it. We've a lot of confidence in it. We take our structural engineer in like anyone else, just to check and see how everything's going around the site, and he's very happy with it as a product for us to use around the site. So, no, all in all,
it'll be very close to 100% recycling. You know, when you consider that, was that the alternative to that is to use some of the feedstock or to buy in a material?
That's correct. Yeah. And taking, you know, you're never really going to want to take in feedstock that's going to the plant. So ideally for us, it's just a matter of it was probably now maybe 9 or 10 months of building up our database of understanding where everything was in terms of understanding the range for the filter cake, and demonstrating that through our engineering company and consultants, and then further writing a report up to the EPA to make sure they were just happy with us, for us to be able to use it on site. We had the range, we had the specs, and yeah, since then we've been able to use that. So it's been a great product over the last 15
9
months.
to 10 months is not a very long time. I mean, it feels like a really well-established site, like it's been here for years, and you have progressed things so quickly. I think you and the team should be very proud of what you have achieved here.
The one thing we always notice here, like I've had to move once or twice here, but there's always activity.
It's such a busy site, for sure.
I think you can talk about success of recycling, you can talk about the pros and the cons, and is it, you know, does it work, does it not work, and then you come onto a site here and we're...
I think that's just because the lads know that you're here and they're trying to look busy, to be honest.
Very good.
Right.
Will we go and have a look at it?
We'll go and have a look around it.
Yeah.
When we're this far.
Yeah, we may as well.
No problem.
Right, Ewan, what did you think of that? What was the highlight of today for you?
Look, that was another great visit to IMS.
Yeah.
It always is.
Yeah.
And do you know the one thing, Saoirse, that like I've been 22 years in CDE. We've been involved in recycling for the last 20 years, 21 years.
Mm-hmm.
And every time we visit a site like that, you learn something different.
Absolutely. We learned so much there today. Seeing that cell and the use of the filter cake was something really new to me.
But to be honest, you don't really get to see that. There's not every site set up with its own landfill and using and then the ability to use the cake for a sale. So to see something like that there is hugely unique. Very impressive. Good to see that the material is actually being reused. All of the materials
On the site.
almost 100% recycling. Give or take. And Colm was fantastic.
Yeah, brilliant. And what a site and what a day for it. But it was absolutely brilliant to see the site set up, how busy the site was. The team there, everybody engaged, happy, and a new team, relatively new in terms of where they've come from and having to learn a whole new skill set, and you wouldn't know it from what we've seen today. So yeah, really, really impressive site, and I'm so glad we visited. And it's a great start to our road to Hillhead.
Do you know what I think we should do?
Uh-huh.
I think we should go and visit another one. Will we?
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Let's do it.
But we'll go and get a bite to eat first.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Deal.